What's up guys, Andre here, and as you may have saw, Nintendo just announced a new Mario vs. Donkey Kong game, but it's not actually called Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Instead, it's called Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge, but it still basically plays like Mario vs. Donkey Kong from what we can tell. But with that said, there is still some confusion about how this game is exactly going to work, so I thought we'd take a quick tour at the website that just launched in Japan and see if we can figure out what exactly is going on here. Now, I also want to give thanks real quick to our good friend Nintendan for helping us figure out some of this stuff as well. So first off as a fact is, how do you get this game? So going from what Nintendan told us, in order to get this game in Japan for now, you actually have to buy an Amiibo. You have to buy a new Amiibo and it'll come with a download code for this game on Wii U and 3DS, at which point you can then download the game for free on the eShop, and then you can start scanning in your Amiibo to fully play the game. But that is for a limited time. Eventually the game will just be straight up free. You can download it anytime on the eShop. Now again, that is just for Japan right now. We're not quite sure how that's going to work worldwide yet, because it hasn't been announced anywhere else but Japan at this point. Okay, so once you have the game, you can then scan in your Amiibo, as you probably guessed by now, and this will allow you to access different stages. So if we scroll down here, we can actually see a world map, and we can see for each Amiibo that each character will have apparently 5 stages. So taking that into account, we know that there are actually 10 supported Amiibo, but if we go to the Amiibo page, we can see all the supported Amiibo, and I believe, so 8, 9, 10, yep, there are 10 of them. So that means there are 50 stages in total for the Amiibo. But on top of that, we actually know that there are going to be 60 stages in total, thanks to this little bad boy right here. So the question is, where do the other 10 stages come from? And we think we may have an idea. So it's possible there are just maybe default stages or like startup stages you don't actually need an Amiibo for, and that could be where this comes in, or rather not any of those 10 Amiibo you would need for. Because if you scan in any of the any Amiibo that's not supported, you get this little block character here, and we actually see him shown off in the trailer where we can see him navigating different levels. So if we assume that the levels you unlock with the individual Amiibo are locked to those Amiibo, then that could mean that the other 10 levels are used for any other Amiibo you own, and you'll just have to use a standard block character, which is still kind of adorable. Alright, so let's go ahead and head back here real quick to the main page. And first off, let's just take a look at some of these Amiibo real quick. So we can see Mini Mario, of course. We also have Mini Diddy and Mini Bowser, and they're just kind of adorable. Or I should say Toy Diddy and Toy Bowser. Diddy especially, it just looks adorable, so I love that. And we'll see more of him coming up on the Amiibo page. So next here we can see the gameplay is pretty standard. You know, you still can draw platforms, you can move pipes around, and yeah, it's still basically Mario vs. Donkey Kong. So it's pretty clearly, at least as far as I can tell, based on the same framework they used for Tipping Stars, which makes sense. That was a very solid foundation, and that also explains why this game is both on Wii U and 3DS. Because basically it's a web framework technology that allows them to make the game using like HTML5 and JavaScript and all that stuff. Alright, now there is one pretty cool thing here. I think this, let's see, where's the section that talks about? Here we go. Okay. So we already know there's the world map in this case. It comes with, you know, different stages for each character, 5 stages for each of the Amiibo. But on top of that, there are also even more sub-stages, apparently. Because you can see, based on this box right here, it's pointing out a special door. So right here, we can see this is the main door you want to get to, as far as I know. And then you get a special Amiibo door. Now, what that door is, going off the Google translation I did for this page, it's a special door you can only use, or you can only reach by using your Amiibo's special characteristics. So it seems that each character that you unlock with an Amiibo has special abilities. And we'll get more to that in a second on the next page. But in Mario's case, for instance, we can see that he can actually wall jump. So he can perform wall jumps. So in this case, you'll have to have him perform a wall jump off, like, say here, like up the shaft maybe, or maybe here, I don't know. Somewhere you have to do a wall jump to reach that bonus area, and then at which point there's a new stage you can play as using your Amiibo. So that's cool. So I don't know if that I don't think that factors into the 60 stage total here, but as far as I can tell, I think there's going to be maybe one of these for every stage. I don't know for sure, but you know, it seems like there's probably going to be a fair number of these doors, so I don't think it factors into the total stage count. Anyways, next up we can see some of the stage variety here. So the one on the left here looks pretty typical, but we do get a cool Super Mario Bros. Style castle in the background. And I want to mention too, these backgrounds, at least as far as I can remember, look a lot better than they have before. They don't look quite as simplistic as they usually have. Going by my I can't even talk right now. Going by my memory, and especially like if you look at Luigi's here, like it just looks really thematic, which looks cool. We also get to see Toy Boos here. I don't know if you've seen them before. Keep in mind, I haven't played every Mario vs. Donkey Kong games, and maybe we have. And it looks like they're just going for maybe a Luigi's Mansion style aesthetic here. So Mario gets the old school Mario, Luigi gets Luigi's Mansion, and then if we look up here, we can see what else they might be going for. So Yoshi looks like he's going to be exploring. Are these like treats maybe? Or actually, no, maybe not. Looks like they're going for like a yarn aesthetic. So you're going to have like the Yoshi Woolly World aesthetic maybe, because you've got the buttons on the mountain here. And maybe we'll see some snacks in here. Like this looks a little bit like a Yoshi's Cookie style design right there, to me at least. For Diddy Kong, we of course have a typical Donkey Kong looking jungle area or like a jungle. We got a minecart here with mines included. I got some tropical trees here, so palm trees. Yeah, then Peach, pretty standard Peach area, so not much else to say. And we can see it in work here, or in action here, and we can see that her special ability might be able to ride balloons. So there's a pink balloon. Peach's color is usually pink. It all ties in, so maybe she can ride balloons around. And in this case, they might have different directions on them. This one's pointing up to the right, so it's going to take her, pretty clearly up and to the right. Alright, that is some next level analysis from me. So let's go and check out the Amiibo page and see what else we can do with these Amiibo. So one big thing here is we can see that for every character, multiple Amiibo are supported. So you don't just need so basically you can use any of the Amiibo from the Mario line, which is awesome. And that goes for all the characters. So we have the standard Mario, Smash Brothers Mario, 30th Anniversary Mario, Gold Mario, the other 30th Anniversary Mario, and Dr. Mario. So that is really cool. Next up, we have Luigi, and again, we can see both Luigis are supported. And we can even see what might be a special ability here. It looks like he can, like, maybe jump really high in place. And I wonder, like, what's causing that? Like, is he using a vacuum, maybe? Like, is he using the, I don't know, maybe that's him getting scared and he jumps up, or maybe he can use a polar gust to jump up. I don't see any evidence of that, so I'm just spitballing there, but there you go. And look at the background here, too. So this is very clearly a Luigi's Mansion background. That, Dark Moon, I think, specifically. So that's very clearly from that game. Next up, we have Peach. Again, standard Peach's castle in the background. We see the multiple Amiibo. Not much else going on in the picture there. Moving on, we have Toad, and it looks like he can apparently enter low areas. Looks like he can crouch down and get really small and fit into small little gaps, maybe. And in this case, there's only one Amiibo for him, so he might be a little bit harder to come by. And we can see the general aesthetic of his world with like mushrooms and toad houses. All right, next up we have Donkey Kong, which looks to look very similar to Diddy's world as far as we can tell so far. We've got Donkey Kong's hut there, and looks like he might be able to go up steep slopes. So whereas most characters slide down slopes, he might be able to go right up them. So that is pretty cool. Moving on, we get Diddy, and so going off the background, the environment actually is a bit different. Looks like Diddy's might take place in more of a cliff top area, maybe, than Donkey Kong's. It might be closer to the ground. I mean, this is really subtle distinctions here. And let's see, what is Diddy doing here? Is he bouncing off like a spring or something? Or I'm not even sure. So that's just a plan. I'm not quite sure what Diddy's doing here. Maybe he can use this like jetpack thing as a bonus. I don't think he can. I think what we see is what we get. So, but maybe he can do some kind of bounce or something. Okay, next up we have Bowser, and he can apparently do ground pounds. So we can see him stomping through these bricks. And yeah, I mean, he's a heavyweight, that makes sense. And we can see his area is going to be themed to Bowser's Castle. Big surprise, you can even see an axe there. Who knows if that's actually going to factor in or not, but... Now we have Bowser Jr. And it looks like he will be able to traverse on dangerous terrain. So whereas other characters would die on these spikes, Bowser Jr. actually will be able to just ride along them thanks to his clown car. So that's pretty cool. So he can just hover right above them. And it looks like his area is going to be based on the airship, like on either airships or like cliff areas. So, and it looks like is he on an airship right now? It looks like he is, but those one of the panels look like he's on an airship. So that is pretty cool. So we're getting a lot of different themes in this game. Here we have Yoshi again, and we can actually see his area in motion now, or a better look at it, in fact. And we can see some of the textures on of his area. So definitely going for that Yoshi's yarn aesthetic. And it looks like Yoshi can eat enemies, so that's his, big surprise. That's his special ability. Yoshi can eat things. So I don't know if that's going to permanently get rid of the enemy or maybe temporarily incapacitate them. I guess we'll find out for sure, pretty soon. And we can see that there are a lot of Yoshi amiibo support here. And then finally we have Rosalina, which looks like she can do, again, some kind of jump like some of the others, or maybe some kind of hover thing. But you can see by the trail, it looks like she's jumping. And of course, her levels take place in space. Big surprise. And we can see her space station there in the background too. Yeah, so that covers it for all the amiibo. It is making me wonder though, before I wondered if you had to play through the each character's world as that amiibo. I don't know, like I'm wondering with these special abilities, maybe you can use any character you want. And, because for instance, like with Bowser Jr., what's the point of having spikes if he's automatically invincible to them? So who knows, maybe you can use any amiibo, but it does seem like you are going to need the amiibo to unlock those characters' worlds at the least. And then maybe you can use any character at that point. I'm not sure. Maybe someone who can fully read Japanese can let us know in the comments, and I'll update the description if we find out beyond that. Okay, so that basically wraps up most of the website. There is one more page to show off real quick. If you click on this, it takes us to the info page. And we get a little bit more information here, but the key thing here is it shows us how big the game is. And on the Wii U, so on the 3DS, it looks like it's going to be 2,400 blocks. On the Wii U, it's 322 megabytes, which I don't know, it seems a little bit excessive for a Mario vs. Donkey Kong game, but whatever. And then down here, we get a look at all the characters, which is awesome. So I actually really do like how these characters look. And we even get the little block one there too. So yeah, there you guys go. There is the website. That's all the information we have. Yeah, so the game's actually shaping up to look somewhat interesting by Mario vs. Donkey Kong standards, or should I say Mini Mario and Friends standards. Alright guys, there you have it. Thanks for watching. Of course, keep an eye on GameXplain for more on this game. Oh, actually, one other thing real quick. I forgot to mention this. There was a rumor going around from Nintendo Life that we reported on a couple weeks ago that NST was working on a free Amiibo-based game. And this might be it. So that's actually a little bit disappointing in that sense, because we had some grand ambitions for what it could be, or what we hoped it might be. And it turns out this game is probably it, because NST typically has made the Mario vs. Donkey Kong games, and it makes sense that they'd be making this one as well. So there you guys go. This might be their rumored game. Alright guys, again, thanks for watching. Of course, keep an eye on GameXplain for more on Mini Mario and Friends, Amiibo Challenge, and other things gaming as well. Catch you guys later. Bye.